Hello everybody, this is Dr. Bob DeMaria with another episode of Ask Dr. Bob. Some very tremendous questions. Question number one, what do you suggest for cranial nerve edema? So edema, cranial nerves are the nerves that go from your brain to the rest of your body. Edema is swelling. Said all the scans came back negative, no tumors, no cancer, and this nice compliments valuing my opinion. Now, edema could be food sensitivity, could be lack of good oils, like you may have too much omega-6 oil. I may suggest you want to do a essential fatty acid blood spot test. You may want to check your liver enzymes to make sure you have enough B6. Liver enzymes are usually low when you need B6. B6 helps get rid of fluid, and I would always check for parasites. Number two, what causes Parkinson's? Well, I can tell you this, I don't know what really causes Parkinson's per se, but we test a lot of patients for a product that we use called phosphatidylcholine, which is good for synapses, which is how nerves kind of jump from one fiber to another. You may also want to check for essential fatty acids like the cranial nerve. Dr. Bob, what causes eye floaters? So those are little spots you see in front of the eyes. It's usually compromised liver and lack of vitamin A. So medium carrots, I have a medium carrot every day. So if lack of A is the reason that you have floaters, the carrots of course will help. Usually you have a compromised liver. The liver is a storehouse for vitamins A, D, E, and K. So if you don't have enough A, your body will take the A from your eyes for the liver. Quite interesting, isn't it? I'm 61 years old, decent health. I take vitamins and Zantac for acid. The last 10 to 15 years, my cholesterol has been between 2.25 and 275. My doctors want me on medication, and I want natural remedies. Well, first I'd suggest you to get Dr. Bob's Men's Health, the basics. Let me talk to you a little bit about cholesterol. There is so much confusion. We just actually did on our TV program. You might want to go to naturalnews.tv or just Google the Drugless Doctors channel on YouTube. Cholesterol is the precursor for almost all the steroids in your body. Cholesterol becomes something in your body called cortisol or cortisone. If you have a lot of stress, your body will cannibalize the cortisone, which therefore will make more cholesterol to make cortisone. So write this down now. If your triglycerides are normal and your cholesterol is high, it's probably stress. If your cholesterol is high and your triglycerides are high, you probably have your hand in the cookie jar. I talk about this in great detail in Dr. Bob's Trans Fat Survival Guide. Dr. Bob, I've experienced chronic constipation my whole life. You also mentioned taking magnesium and potassium. You exercise, etc. So this is what I would suggest that you do. Magnesium is helpful. We use a product that we have our practice members take right before they go to bed at night. You want to use kale, green food. You may consider powdered ascorbate. We use a powdered vitamin C, which is very helpful. Sometimes you may have thick, pasty bile. So we use a product to provide bile. We also use a product to thin bile. So green food's important, drinking water. Make sure that your thyroid gland is functioning optimally, because people who are constipated often have low thyroid. Dr. Bob, I had my appendix out a couple of years ago. I've been having a lot of problems ever since my appendectomy. A couple thoughts on this. I'm going to give you some new information. So way back a long time ago in the 1970s, I took a class, 100-hour course on acupuncture. I don't use acupuncture in my practice per se, but what I learned is, this is very interesting, when you have a scar in your body, if that scar goes over a meridian pathway, it can alter the energy inside of a person's body. So what I'm suggesting to you is you might want to find yourself a acupuncturist, balance out those meridians, have someone there that's a kinesiologist that's trained to do muscle testing to check your ileocecal valve, ICV for short. You want to make sure that that's functioning optimally. You want to have your body checked by a skilled acupuncturist, and then finally make sure you don't have parasites. Anytime that somebody has their appendix out, they almost always have parasites. Dr. Bob, I have knee pain. I'm a female. I want you to know this. Knee pain can be caused by a lot of reasons, so I really can't give you an honest answer. Dr. Bob, I expect you to receive millions of messages. We do receive our fair share. Should you ever get a chance, a few pointers on IVF, in vitro fertility. So I want you to do this. All of you that can't get pregnant and have thought about in vitro, go to YouTube and type in Dr. Bob DeMaria Infertility Part 1 and Part 2. There's a practice member of mine, has obviously her permission to utilize us. She's been on here a long time. She's been on YouTube with me for a long time. She couldn't get pregnant, and she did. Her T4 is not converting to T3. It'll go into great detail. Most people can't get pregnant because they have subpar thyroid, not enough iodine, not enough progesterone. Last question. Dr. Bob, I'm starting to get moles now and it runs in my family. I don't want moles. What's going on? It's liver. Anytime that somebody starts noticing skin lesions on their body, it's always liver, liver, liver. You might want to consider the castor oil pack. And we have products that we use in our practice to help improve and let that liver function optimally. Stay away from junk food because that will compromise liver function. Great questions. Pass this on. I know it'll make a difference in someone's life.